back. Now we're in another greenhouse. Tell us about this, Cheryl.
Okay, so you saw that's my propagation house where everything that's in here gets started. Okay, so in the spring, the floors are full in there, them shelves are full in there. I mean, it's so full in there, it's waiting to be transplanted and put in this greenhouse. I mean, waiting. Okay, so this is where we transplant is in here, and then we move them up. Sometimes some plants stay in their pots up to 2 years, and there's a reason for that. Say this Japanese maple, right? Okay.
Oh, I love Japanese. And we have one.
I have 2 of those by
You
my
got to tell us the
mailbox.
proper care for a Japanese maple.
That's a hard tree.
Yeah.
My 2 are old. They're 20 years old now.
Did you see that big one out there? Yeah, that's a huge. That one's about 30 years old out there. Okay, so this seedling came off of the one that you see outside. Okay, this has been in this pot going on 3 years now, you guys. In this pot, okay. And I just want you to see the roots. See, trees, they have shallow roots. Could you put that up? They have shallow roots, okay. And trees take a long time to develop good roots on. Some grow faster than others. Japanese maples take forever, okay? So I won't even plant this for another year. I really won't. I will not plant it for another year.
So if I planted it right now, what would happen?
It might die, right?
Because it is a young Japanese maple.
It's a baby.
Right, it's a baby, and a baby like this costs you about $50.
Yeah. Can you trim off like my 2 trees? Can I trim off them to make me some more to go in
If
other
you
areas
graft
of the
them.
yard?
If you do the air bud, like we do, we call air rooting or grafting. Okay, then you can actually take a Japanese maple and graft it. What we used to like to graft them to was old pear trees, because they were wild. Okay, and they would just root quicker and better and faster. And a Japanese maple would graft quicker to a pear tree graft and grow faster roots than trying to grow it from on its own rootstock like I am. But it is a project we're doing, and some projects around here.
I'm seeing some tiny little leaves coming.
Yes, some projects. Well, see all the new growth. Okay.
Yeah,
of course, I'm gonna break that off right there. You know, that's just old dead growth right there from last year. But I'll cut that off, and I'll just keep these in this container for about another year.
Gotta have patience with that, right?
On a true Japanese maple, you better have a lot of patience.
I'd never make
a lot
that.
of patience if you want to save money. You better have a lot of patience. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, that would help me save
So
money.
you would have to grow that in a greenhouse. Then you couldn't grow it like in your sunroom inside the home.
Well, you could just grow it on the dry side. And remember,
Close to a window.
yeah, close to a window, pretty good bit of sun, and grow it kind of dry. I tell everybody, if you're not used to growing dry, then what you want to do is just carry a mist bottle with you all the time and just.
So that's all the water. You just mist it like once a week.
No, it really depends on the condition and your environment. To be
Okay.
honest, okay, because in this greenhouse environment, they get watered every day. Okay, but now that it's cooling off, leaves are dropping, colors showing, everything's fixing to go dormant in about a week and a half, 2 weeks with this new cool front that's coming in. You know, you're going to start having frosty nights. Then you want to back up on your watering to once a week on your perennials, on your trees and shrubs. If the dirt is wet, don't water it.
Right. On top of that flame.
I see. Okay, this is another reason why you guys, okay, that we do not spray our
Showstopper.
greenhouses.
Yeah,
Look
because
at that
it
pretty
was
butterfly.
so beautiful. It's just sitting up there having a good day.
Exactly. Y'all would have come last week. You would have got to see the swallowtails come to the greenhouse. So, I was talking, okay, that we've planted some hydrangeas. This is 2 weeks ago of the same hydrangea. This is about 4 days ago. And I try to do some a week apart to 2 weeks apart so that I always constantly got plants coming along. Okay? And that's a old lace cap hydrangea. We've got both blue lace cap hydrangea, which are native wild hydrangeas. Then we've got the, I think they call it the Snow Queen or something. I could be wrong, I have to look. But we have one that is a white lace cap and one that is a blue lace cap, okay? But compost, I just want to talk to you about real quick. See that right there? So when things don't do too well in the greenhouse,
You just dump that out of there.
I just dump that out, okay? And then I got a big old huge compost pile right out here.
And recycle, don't you?
And recycle like crazy. Real quick, this is our heating system, you guys. It's a 2-barrel type system that my husband engineered himself. And it starts at the bottom, the wood's loaded at the bottom, as you can see, and then it comes up through the top and then it goes out that way.
Wow.
No heating in
This is called self-sufficiency, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot hard work. But it's good. It's a good payoff. So as you can see, everything's starting to go dormant for the season. But for the most of it, even my inspector that was just here just a couple of days ago, he says, gosh, your plants look really good for this time of the year considering. And I said, well, this greenhouse was just planted about almost 2 months ago from out of that house that we were just in. Okay? That way everything can go dormant and wake up and be fresh and will grow beautiful and vibrant for the spring. Now, it doesn't matter what time of the year, because some plants take a little bit longer than other plants do, like this Muehlenbeckia, which some people know it as creeping wire vine. This plant is it's went from a quart, that size quart, that has been growing in for 2 years, because it's wire vine. If you don't keep it cut, it'll never grow. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And also, when you find it out here on our property, it's in dry shade. But see right there, see the roots are now starting to hit the bottom.
Right,
So
yeah.
when it wakes up in the spring, it's going to have nice, good roots. It won't have good roots until the spring. But the roots are real fine, real small and real fine. And it takes a long time. And somebody the other day said, Cheryl, they're $19.99 for a little teeny tiny pot like that, that's about that big. And I said, I don't care. I don't want whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know,
Let it be, right?
yeah, let it be. You know, okay. And because that grower spent like I did, 2 years growing it. But we're not going to do that because we're all about, you know, everything that we're growing is for the homestead. And if somebody would like to buy those plants, anything we got left over, well, that's fine. You know, so next year throughout the property, you will see a lot of these plants on the homestead for the butterflies, for our ecological system. And you can see outside, there's butterflies flying out in some of the gardens out through there. Chase trees, you guys, there's beautiful chase trees right over here, and I've got a big one that's right over there. And that thing must be about 20 feet wide and about every bit of 30 feet tall. And it's real pretty, drought resistant. I do grow a lot of drought resistant plants, you guys. Oh, real quickly, this is one of the rhododendrons that we rooted from cuttings off of the front yard out there. Okay, it'll be available next year. Okay, and it'll have pink and white blooms. Y'all, the blooms are this big and they're pink and white and they're beautiful. The butterflies go crazy.
I'm going to want one of those.
Yeah. I'll make something to save you one. Because I got these cuttings started and then I got some more that I'll make cuttings in there, but they won't be ready for 2 years. These are 2-year plants already. So they'll be ready for certain. But look again, you know, goat's beard is going dormant. You got a lot of things that are starting to go
And you just
dormant.
let them go dormant. They're not dead. I mean,
You're right, they're not dead.
Leave
They're
them alone.
alive, you guys. There is nothing in this greenhouse that is dead. The butterflies might have had their way with it or whatever, but they're not dead. I mean, we got fall colors starting to show, you know, throughout the property.
They're just dormant.
And most everybody, if they didn't water their hydrangeas or keep them watered, they're already starting to show color. You know, ours are still green because we keep this greenhouse watered a little bit more than we do outside. So, but this is what we do on a regular basis, you guys. I'm always growing stuff for the property, for the gardens, and like I said, there's 3.5 acres already done, and there'll be another 3.5 acres done here in the next 2 years on both sides. So you'll always have gardens to walk through. And why plant natives? It's important to plant natives because your natives are already acclimated to the area. And most of your natives are host plants for all your butterflies. There's a few natives that are not host plants, but they bring in the hummingbirds and the bumblebees and then the wild bees, the honeybees, and all that.
Oh, I love my honeybees.
Yes, I know. I can't wait.
Do you have bees here?
Yes, we have bees everywhere.
Oh, wow.
But they're from the woods, okay? They're not anything that's been colonized or cultivated.
So you're not going to put them in a hive or anything?
No.
You're just going to leave them?
Leave them out.
How are you going to find their honey?
Well, I'm not worried about that. I know that they got, I know my husband, he used to climb the trees around here on the farm. He used to climb the trees here on the farm.
What are those big plants down there now that way?
Down this way, these are
trees?
oak leaf hydrangeas. Like I said, I've got a new project that I'm starting, and these are hydrangeas. Oh, I got to come in water here in a few minutes. But these are oak leaf hydrangeas.
We're back. So, man, we're taking a trail, right?
We are. We're taking a trail, and this is a new part to the gardens that we are starting. So we are going to be careful as we walk through here because there are a lot of tree limbs down. A lot of water's already been rushing through here. And as David and my family or the kids or whatever, they come out here and we've been cleaning it up. We have made a small dent in this, and we still got a long ways to go. So I'm looking at probably about 2 years of this side of the gardens. That's 3.5 acres that will be ready. And I say about 2 years at least before I can make it.
We're going to ask you a question, too. Here's some more moss right here. Did I say moss? What would you do with that? Would you burn that, or would you just transplant it somewhere?
Okay, you talking about right here?
Yeah, it looks like some moss
Now, see, I wouldn't mess with this because
I
this
wouldn't
wood-
either. That's a beautiful piece of wood.
Yeah, because this is where wood has fallen, and you can see the water line. The water levels have been really high, so it's brought in some unique. What do they call this kind of wood? What's that wood called? When it's been sitting up underneath water for long periods of time, and then
Like woodruff?
That's it. Woodruff. Or driftwood.
Driftwood. There we go.
Driftwood.
Driftwood.
So I would just leave that. And I'm going to leave this too. As we get these gardens cleared out more and, get the brush cut back and everything and take out some of these smaller trees so we can allow the forest trees to grow, it will allow more light in here and allow us to plant over here. You can see where I cleared out, well, my husband did. He cleared out a bunch just not too long ago, all through here, to see where that light level was going to be. Because we don't want it to be too shady or nothing will grow. And you got to have sunlight for some of your shrubs to grow, whether they're native oak leaves or not, oak leaf hydrangeas, or whether they're native mountain laurels, or whether they're native rhododendrons, whatever. And we do have some red buds through here. We have some dogwoods through here that we transferred off of the back side of the property and brought them up here to this side of the property. And as we do that, we're going to, anything that looks dead or that my inspector says, this has got to go, doesn't meet our standardifications, because that's the only time I'm going to cut a tree down.
Right.
Only time. We got to have trees to breathe. and
the good thing is that tree, like you cut that one down, that's going to be a great firewood tree.
Exactly.
So you're recycling.
Right.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
gets
good.
left undone. All this, he's already started cutting it up, getting ready to put it in our greenhouse. But we have another tree, and you can see the hole. You see the hole on this side of it?
Yeah, it's going to fall.
Okay? It's going to fall, just like that tree did.
Yeah.
Okay, and our inspector, he's come through here, and he, marked several trees. I said, you ain't got to mark them. I said, this ain't our first go around. We know if the tree's alive or dead. It's okay, though.
Now, why is
But
there a
that'd be a good
mushroom?
burn, wouldn't it?
Why is there a mushroom growing out of this one? Is it too much water or what?
Well, one more time, the reason why these trees have uprooted and fell over like they have done is because this part of the property has stayed underwater for so long and was left untouched that now your oaks are rotting. And we've had some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mushrooms this year all through here. I've been able to collect chicken of the sea. I don't know if y'all eat mushrooms or not,
Yeah,
but I do. I collect the mushrooms and I eat them. But now I'm not a mushroom expert. I have a friend over on Sand Mountain that is a mushroom expert.
You got to be careful with that.
That's right, because if you eat the wrong mushroom,
they're
it's
poison.
not good. It's
Yeah.
very poisonous.
Yeah.
Okay, and what I've been told by my friend who teaches for one of the largest mushroom associations here in the state of Alabama is, if they're red or they're black, anything that's pretty, you better leave it alone, because it's probably not good for you.
You want to go after the plain Jane.
Right.
Okay.
The plain Jane ones. But there are some false plain Jane ones that are very toxic too.
Hey, I just leave the 30.
Yeah, I've got a lot growing in that come up in my flower beds or in the yard.
But
Right.
Those are no-nos.
But see,
Big no-no.
this is
Yeah.
the art in me, because this right here, I'm saying keep this, and just dig,
And dig that out
and
and
put
plant
a pretty
you a plant.
plant in it. Oh, wouldn't that make a beautiful plant?
Well, now when
And
we
look at that. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Dirt.
That's good peat moss, you guys. And this is why I like this side of the property, because I want to show y'all. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
That is great peat
Yeah,
moss.
that's what you pay
Okay.
for in the
high dollar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big.
Yeah.
And on this side of the property that we're developing, we have a lot of it on this side of the property.
Where it was wet, yeah.
Where it was wet for so long,
Yeah.
for so many
Well, let me
years.
ask you another question too, and this pertains to wood, like old wood, like this.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't this be the best wood though to put in your wood chipper, and put it out in your
For
gardens?
mulch or for
Mulch.
to make dirt, yes. Anything that's real old and already decomposing is really good. Okay, anything that's not old and not decomposing, you need to keep it turned. Keep it turned. Keep it turned, and don't use it for at least a year or two. Let it go through the heat that it needs to go through. Which we didn't even get to go see all the different kinds of mulch and stuff like that, but that'd be another time.
We're coming back.
Another day.
We'll be back.
So anyways, as we walk through here, y'all just follow me this way. Be real careful, because we've had a lot of trees down, and David's just been trying to cut them up as they fall, so that we come back through here, and this will all be cleaned out. You can see where all the pines are putting natural pine, the pine needles down, so we know that it's going to be really acidic over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay? It's going to be really acidic over here. And when you dig down like this is where you find your peat moss.
You know, we've got this out on our
So
land.
I got a lot of peat moss under
see
my
that?
pine
Look at
trees,
that.
right?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, look at this great dirt. Okay? So this is what I look for. And leaf mulch, you guys, leaf mulch, as much as possible.
Yeah, that's what my husband does. Instead of burning leaves like you hear a lot of people rake them up, burn them. He takes and he just mows the yard over and over
There's
again.
more moss right there too.
There's moss all through
He
here.
makes it into mulch.
And when we be real careful now, when we get this cleared out and cleaned up, y'all will be so amazed, and it'll go all the way down to the greenhouses and on the other side of the property.
Okay, you know, Cheryl, we're walking through this wonderful property. I have to ask this question. You know, sometimes in certain parts of Alabama, our soil is not good. You know, you get more southern towards like Talladega, Clay. Near my home, the soil it's like red clay.
Yeah, and
It's
that's where
not
you
good
want to.
soil.
That's where you want to, as much as you can, leaf pile, leaf mulch,
Pine straw.
anything to start your composting. You can do coffee grains, you can do the filters, you can do any toilet paper products. Eggshells, yes ma'am. Always add some cornmeal in there for your worms, because your worms will come up and they'll eat the cornmeal. Keep your composting turned at all times. All your roughage, grass clippings, weeds, you know, everything's going to go through a heat anyways and kill the weed seeds. And you want to make good dirt like we have, but we spent lots of years making this dirt.
Well, I really knew, I actually did not know. And my husband, you know, as a young girl, my grandfather and my parents, they grew pretty big sized gardens, you know.
Okay, so I'm just going to stand right here on the bank real quick. This, you guys, I don't know if y'all can see next year's buds already producing for next year.
Now,
But
that's
this is a
good sign
dogwood.
right there.
That's right, this is a dogwood. This was a dogwood seedling I grew myself about, I want to say now, 8 years ago. And this was one of the first dogwoods seedlings that I transplanted up here on the property. Okay, because I knew that one day we would clear this out. And then you'll see a bunch of little holly seedlings, and I've got them planted already throughout the property. And if you notice right here, y'all notice right here, this is a true native rhododendron. True native, okay? This one, I believe, is our pink one. And our purple one's over here.
Climbs the wall of your house?
No, those are hydrangeas.
Okay.
These are rhododendrons. These have great, see these already putting on buds for next year?
Okay.
These will have big old huge blooms on them.
And we
about
have a
this big.
festival here.
Oh yes, it's coming up. Matter of fact, I just want to talk about the festival for just a minute, you guys. I was actually, my friends, they told me about it, and I was talking to my husband about it. And my husband was like, I just got too many irons in the fire right now, trying to take care of you, trying to take care of the kids and the grandbaby and the family and everything. I just can't. He says, I got to take care of the farm, got to do this, got to do that, I got to. But for those, they are still needing vendors, and I think they're holding it at Moon Lake Village, which used to be Moon Lake School. That's the school my kids went to before they went to Fort Payne High School. But make a long story short, they're looking for vendors, you guys. So you may, I think during Crow, or anybody from MAPA, you can contact them. It's going to be October the 15th and 16th, I think. Isn't that what they say?
I think so.
I think so.
Pretty soon.
Well, it's coming up. It's coming
And you
up.
can always check out the Facebook page too. They got all the latest information.
They
there.
do, yes. That way I don't talk too much about it. So, anyways,
talk all you want.
You're right.
Yeah.
I support our community 100%, and I'll be walking. Hopefully by then. I have surgery coming up, but anyways, hopefully I'll be walking by then. I plan on visiting.
If I know her, she's going to be walking, running by then.
Yeah, I'll be running by then. Exactly. That's what I'm planning, anyways. But it's a wonderful festival, you guys. Always was. MAPA was always. We were always great supporters of MAPA Association there in Mentone, and they always do a great, big, huge fall festival in Mentone, you guys. So y'all come out and enjoy all the great food. I'm sure there'll be color everywhere because my trees are already starting to color. Yeah. So there'll be color everywhere. Come and enjoy the cool, crisp weather they're going to have. They have all kinds of little. I don't know, arts, crafts, festivals, food tasting.
Oh yeah, there's going to be food all over the place.
Right.
Jellies, jams.
That's it. Jellies, jams, honeys, whatever. Bring your family out and come enjoy it.
Local honeys, so make sure you check that out.
Yes, it's local. And so are the jellies and jams. Mm-hmm. Okay. So anyways, now, back to what we were doing.
I wanted to ask you about, because we talked about, I was going through her yard the last time we were here, and I saw foil, like tin foil, and I said, what's that about?
Okay.
Now, you and I both wear tin foil hats sometimes.
Yes,
We've been known to.
Yes, we have.
So I thought it was something with that. I didn't know.
Well, hello, Mr. Spider. So if I was
a good spider or a bad spider?
That's good spider. Okay, he keeps bad spiders away. So if I'm going to make a cutting on this, and I'm going to do air root cutting, because last time Donna and her husband was out here, and staff was out here, we already had cuttings made, and then I went and I cut them off. So I would cut a square. Okay, and I have a really, really extremely, it's a surgical, just like what they use in
like
operation.
a scalpel.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
And it's good. Then.
Yeah, it's very sharp, very good. So you would just pull a layer. You're going to make a cut here, and you would make a cut here. Mm-hmm. With your scalpel, you're going to take that layer, and you're going to pull that off. Okay, I have this stuff called Olivia Gel. It is an organic rooting hormone. You take it, and it feels just like jelly. You would take it and you would tape it on there. Then you would put your peat moss on there. Then you would do your plastic first. Okay. Then, no, sorry, I told you wrong. You would do your tinfoil first, then do your saran wrap.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I was doing it backwards. But anyways, you would put your tinfoil on there over your peat moss, and you would squeeze it like that. Then you would take your plastic wrap and pull it, and tie it in a knot. Come back the next following spring.
You got roots.
And cut that off. Then you grow it for 2 years like I did those other rhododendrons.
That's an awesome way to do it.
Wow, yeah.
And we'll have to have a rooting class so I could show y'all
Well,
what I
now,
was
would you do
talking
it this
about.
time of the year? Wait, do it spring,
Well,
or when do you do it?
A lot of growers, even in the North Carolinas, the one reason why we want to clear off this bank side over here is so we could have rooting beds. Okay, because you can root any time of the year.
Oh, I got you.
Any time. It doesn't matter
Right.
if it's winter.
Much
It
more
don't matter if
successful.
it's more successful when the plants are dormant, when they're sleeping.
see.
If you make your
Right.
cuttings. Okay? If you're going to do it in the wintertime, though, my suggestion is to put you some plastic over it like a hoop house. And it doesn't have to be very big. For rooting beds, you can have them as tall as your ankles or as tall as your waist, and just put you some little misters in. That's how we used to do it back in the day on the old farm. And man, I'd go to town. I'd make 1,000 cuttings, and we just fill that bed up. I'd come back next spring. We were pulling them out of the bed, out of the little rooting beds. And then my girls and I, we used to, in all them big greenhouses, we just back there planting everything.
And how many children do you have?
Well, we have a young lady that we adopted, and then we have 2 boys that are ours.
That's awesome.
And then we have 1 grandbaby.
That's awesome.
And she's a handful, but anyway, she's so
But
much
you would
fun.
have had
So
her
much
first.
fun.
You would have had her first if you'd known.
Oh yeah.
That, you know, grandkids you'd have them first, right?
Exactly.
That's why they call
100.
grand.
That's why they call it grandkids.
Yes.
Exactly.
I've got a
100%.
year-old grand, and she's grand.
That's right. She's
Yeah,
grand.
because, you know, it's wonderful. Give them back.
There you go.
And feed them full of chocolate on the way.
I love them for the whole day, and then it's time to go. And
Don't
it's
give your
about time.
grandbabies cannolis like I
Yeah.
did.
It's about time for us to go, Donna. Will you check and give us a little time check?
We've got
if you
about
would?
a little bit under 3 minutes left. I'm so excited to be out here with you today.
Oh, it's
I've learned
wonderful.
so much.
Is there
and
anything else we could gather in on this show that you'd like to tell us? We've got 2 minutes left.
No, I just want to thank everybody. I just met Miss Cathy for the first time today, but Miss Donna's been good friends of mine for a very long time, and her husband Phil been good friends of mine for a long time. I just want to say, please support all local businesses.
Support us,
and I'm
too.
excited. I'm excited to be a part of this team.
Absolutely. So we're going to be doing this at least once a quarter. Could we?
At least. And then when the giveaways, we're going to be part of the giveaways, you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
For date night.
For gift
And all that,
certificates?
and
Yes,
gift
that's
certificates
awesome.
and things like that.
We're
Yes,
really
that's
excited
awesome.
about that.
Thank you very
People will be really
much.
excited about
Oh,
that.
you know they
Now,
will.
if somebody wants to buy something from you, what do they do?
They can contact me through private message, or they can
You
look
got a
on.
Facebook page too. don't you?
There is a Facebook page. My husband created a Facebook page called the Baker's Farm. I do maintain it because I'm the one that's here all the time. So I do all the maintaining on it. So if y'all have any questions, you could either contact me on the Baker's Farm at Mentone, or you can call direct. There is a telephone number there that if you call me, I will call you back. I might not call you back immediately because of service, but I receive a text message faster than I can a cell service.
And we will add, well, you probably are in our group too, on Cathy and Donna, right? It's actually The Edge with Donna and Cathy. So if you go on Facebook today, you can add us, and then you'll also find Beth. I mean, not Beth, Cheryl. Cheryl at Baker Farms, right?
At the Baker Farms.
And let me
Yes.
tell you something else too, as far as the birthday club and the anniversary club and date night club. If you are friends of ours, or if you like our page, you're automatically in there. I mean,
That's
you
right.
know, and as
Yeah.
soon as your birthday comes up, you need to let us know though about anniversaries and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know that. So, or if maybe your pastor deserves a date night out with his wife,
That's right.
That would be an awesome thing. You put them in the drawing, and by the way, we keep the name in the plaque and forever until your name is drawn out. But thank you so much for watching. We
Yes.
appreciate you. Y'all take care.
Have a great
okay?
afternoon.
Thank you.
See you